G'day and welcome back to Stitch Up and a brand new series of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The first time we're playing this one on Stitch Up. So bear with us here, this is going to be the first flight. If it goes well, I'm going to upload it, so if it doesn't go well, you won't see this anyway, I guess. You can see on screen there's even some lovely Halloween stuff happening at the moment. I think they have usually the Japan expansion on there. So we're going to jump in and have a look at some free flights. If we just jump in here and have a look, we are going to be kicking off today. We're going to be flying from London City Airport to Heathrow Airport, and we'll look at a couple of the settings very shortly. So why don't you enjoy the Stitch Up intro, and I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, welcome back. So if we have a look here, some flight conditions for the flight today, I'm not sure how long I'll leave these glasses on for. We'll see how that goes. I understand as well when I look directly ahead you can see the screen and the reflection because they're aviators. They're nice and shiny. Yeah, I think and we got the flight suit on as well, the original flight suit for the Royal Air Force over in the the Britain? Is it Britain? Great Britain? Okay, cool, here we go. Let's see. So you're going to have AI traffic. Preset weather, I've decided we're going to go with high level clouds. We're going to be flying at 1 o'clock, London City Airport, that runway 27, and we're going to be landing at Heathrow runway 27 right. I'm not sure how this is going to go. We may just return to London City Airport and pack it in there. Let's see how it goes. So let's jump straight in. We'll be flying the Cessna 152, which is the only aircraft I know how to fly at the moment, and bear with me because I'm not super brilliant at flying the aircraft as well, so we'll see how we go. We are using an Xbox controller for flying here, yeah, we'll see how it all kicks off, but don't expect any Microsoft Flight Simulator expertise here because I'm a bit of a beginner, but it should be fun. I've done the flight training, I've done all those, did pretty well, but let's see how we go. So we jump straight in and we want to now fly. So this is now going to load the game up, and we'll be coming out of London City Airport. And I've got to remember how to do everything. Now I've turned a few of the settings off just before I did this, so I believe the air traffic control is now not automatic. I believe I'll have to prompt myself through that out of London City Airport and get clearance to taxi and take off. I believe we'll be heading down, all the way down the taxiway, turning around at the end and then taking off back towards Canary Wharf. I think that's where we're going to kick off, but we'll see how that goes. If the episode gets too long, I'm going to put some cuts in it. And if it could end up being quite a short one as well, because we may crash. We may be in the Hudson. Wow, we may be in the Thames, I guess. But yeah, it could be very we're in the Hudson. Okay. And we'll see how we go. So we're waiting for the game to load, and we should be there in just a sec.
City Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra at runway 27 ready for takeoff departure to the west.
Brilliant. I'll just put the aviators there. Yeah, why not? Okay.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra cleared for takeoff runway 27 departure to the west approved.
And we're ready to fly. Okay, oh good.
Takeoff runway 27 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, so this is pretty good. We've now just been cleared for takeoff and we're right to go. So I might get rid of that one. Let's get rid of the parking brake. And I think we're right to go. Throttle all the way up. And parking brake is off. Got the rudders there. We're outside the cockpit, so let's go inside the cockpit just so it's not as noisy, I think. Stay outside. Now we'll go outside. Okay. And we are up. And if we have a bit of a look here, ooh, yeah, just trying to, hang on, if I get that, yeah, there's the drone camera. Okay, so there's the O2 directly ahead. Nice clear day. Now let me get myself, go here, make sure we're going up. Yeah, we need to be climbing. I agree.
X-Ray Golf Sierra, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Thank you. That is brilliant. Okay, Initial climb 500 feet. We've done that. Now I think we can do the flaps down. There's landing flaps there. No, we can leave those. I think the flaps can stay at that. Okay, cool. So if I have a look here, so there's the bend there.
X-ray Golf Sierra, please acknowledge.
Okay, let's have a look around, shall we? Right, let's get inside the inside here. Now we can see here directly ahead. So there's the O2. We just sort of need to come up a little bit. The O2, the Isle of Dogs straight ahead with Canary Wharf. I think this needs a bit of work. The rendering of Canary Wharf. I think it does look alright, but it's not overly, it's not brilliant.
X-ray Golf Sierra,
Let
did
me
you
see.
hear
Can
my
I
last
look?
transmission?
Oops, sorry. Retract flaps after takeoff. Let me just see about that. Oh, that's not what we wanted. I want to retract the flaps after takeoff. Okay, so we should be good here. Let's see here. So we just have a bit of a look around. Canary Wharf. No building with the...
X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
Okay, no building with the pyramid on top, which is interesting. So you can see the buildings at Canary Wharf there. And I know this is probably quite loud to hear me. Okay, if we go down here, there's the City of London straight ahead. Where are we? Yeah, we've got the City of London there. And we'll go past, let's go past my work. Tower Bridge as well. And the Tower of London, just above the wing. Okay, and I think the air traffic control guy just got fed up with us actually, which is a pretty English thing, I guess. He gets completely fed up. Flaps. To retract flaps should be like that, and they should be all the way good. Now there's Tower Bridge just there, and St Catherine's Docks. We can also see the Shard. So to look out the window here, do I go? There we go. Right, so this is looking towards north of London. Hang on, we need to... Right, first of all, I think we need to power down a bit. We're sitting at about 100 knots, is it? Let's just power down a tiny bit. We are heading towards a Shard there. There's some of the bridges. And we should see St Paul's Cathedral. There's the Thames. I think as well we can see that we're 14 miles. In fact, let's get out of the cockpit. There's my building just here. This is my building at work. There's a building just there, the Willis building. Let's see. Actually, should we circle around? Sorry about this. This is really kind of... you can see here, this is right near Liverpool Street Station where they're building the Elizabeth line. There's a massive, big, sort of circular, amazing sort of buildings there, very old. Hang on, if we have a look here, I might be able to just swing out and just see, yeah. And, but City of London needs some work, not even the gherkin in there. That's interesting. I just think they can... Yeah, I thought they would have done that. I know they've got some buildings, but you think City of London, Canary Wharf, come on. Come on. Rightio, so we are fully throttled. Let's bring the throttling down a bit and cruise. So, yeah, I think we should be seeing... Where's that big church? St Paul's. Where is St Paul's? Right on the bend there. I think we should have seen St Paul's before now. Right behind us, St Paul's. I think that St Paul's there being rendered accordingly. It's from Bing Maps. Just going to there. So that I think was St Paul's that we could just see there, but that was from Bing Maps. Oh god, okay, we're now in a dive. And some things are not being rendered quite well here. Yeah, there's problems. Look at that road going into the water. Right. Okay, so there's the Houses of Parliament. This will be Serpentine. So yeah, the Houses of Parliament are there, which means we have a look over here, let's swing across, because if we have a look over here, here's Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is just there, Green Park right behind it. So Buckingham Palace here, Green Park Station, Piccadilly, the Ritz Hotel, and then over here is Kensington Park, well, Hyde Park Gardens and Kensington Park, along with Marble Arch, which will be over in this corner. So that's quite good. Directly ahead, 12 nautical miles, directly ahead of us is Heathrow Airport. The busiest airport in the world, I believe, or certainly in Europe. But yeah, this is sort of getting there, isn't it? Okay, so we'll follow the Thames along here. We've got a rail bridge going across the rail line directly across there. Not the best renderings of London though, is it? Not the best. Let's jump back into our Cessna and just have a little look around in here. So we've got all the controls here. The yoke, which we can get rid of if we click, we can just see. And then yeah, we got a nice little Cessna. We can have a look all around while the plane's flying itself. I mean, I'm in control. There's no autopilot at the moment. Yeah, I think just it has a few problems with the river and the water. I wonder if I need to be doing a few settings. Okay, we're just running into a few issues here. Let me get back. Let's swing around, head straight back to make sure we're on a bit of a beeline for Heathrow Airport. And I can see Heathrow directly in the distance there. We're 11 minutes into the video, so I think we'll continue the flight as normal. And we'll just talk a little bit about what this series is going to be about. Yeah, okay, alright, there we go. So we've got some aircraft noise there. So let's, while we're flying directly ahead, let's fly and have a beer at the same time. So this series is going to be, I guess, well, it's funny, I want your input on this series, because what we actually want to do in this series is I want you to put in the comments of each of the videos if there's any places that you'd like me to fly from. I do need to fly out of an airport, and I think there's a couple of hundred airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. There's quite a few airports there, so do feel free to tell me what part of the world you're from in comments of any of the videos. I read all the comments on all my videos, and I'll certainly be doing it especially on this, because I would like if you could tell me, take off from, say, well, my friends in Melbourne might want me to take off from Tullamarine Airport and fly, fly to Avalon Airport or something like that. And the other thing is you can say, hey, I'm from Melbourne, Tullamarine Airport is the takeoff, but please just do a circle around the Melbourne CBD. Or can you find my house? My house is on what's-his-name street in this particular thing. You don't have to tell me the address, but if you do, I can have, or you can give me at least the street or the suburb, just the suburb actually, and I can fly around and we can have a look at it. So that could be quite good. Now Heathrow Airport is here, I think. So 8 nautical miles we'll go. We've just done four of these nautical miles pretty quickly. I think this might be Richmond Park Gardens over here. Richmond Park, I'm just thinking about this. I know along, I think it's along the bend actually, so no, I don't think it is Richmond. I think Richmond Park is over here. I think we're about to come to it. And Windsor Castle, of course, is just down past the Thames if you keep following the Thames along. In fact, Windsor Castle is quite close to Heathrow. So that could be quite good. So we'll have a bit of a look around there. A few nice little parks around us. Yeah, it is quite cool. I think I'll adjust the settings in the next video so the aircraft noise is not as loud. This is the default. Look at that Cessna 152, it's brilliant. You can see the shard in the background just there. We are dropping altitude a tiny bit. Yeah. So this is all quite good. You can see it's definitely England though, can't you? You can see it's definitely London. Lovely buildings just here. You can actually, we can zoom in, lovely, brilliant. It's good. I think I can use my mouse now to, yeah, I can use the mouse to do that. And we've got the Heathrow Airport just there, which is pretty good. Right, okay, so let me see if I can see here. I think that is Richmond there. Yes, it is. If I have a bit of a look over here and roll back, get myself back. This is, yeah, I think Kew Palace would have been just here. I think this is Richmond Green, directly ahead of us. This is the old bridge at Richmond directly ahead of us. Just here. Whoa, actually, let me just do that. Yeah, the old bridge at Richmond, some of the islands. Richmond Green, where the palace would have stood. Richmond Palace, and around the corner just here is Richmond Park Gardens. So that's quite good as well. Just watching the throttle there, because we are hitting some air, some turbulence, and we're actually just getting a bit of yeah, a little bit of that. And then yeah, there's the ponds at Richmond Park. You've got a couple of hundred deer, about 500 deer in that park, which we went and saw last week. They're in bucking season at the moment, and yeah, we'll certainly see how we go. So let's see. Let's start to get ourselves ready for landing, I guess. And we'll be doing this now. Of course, as I said earlier, no expert as far as landing goes, so we need to make sure, I believe, the flaps are down for a bit of air drag. I'm just going to be picking a runway and just getting down there. I don't know what gate we're going to be getting down at Heathrow. I think Heathrow has two large runways that run parallel with each other, and I think I can see one just here, just over here. This is one, there's the other. Heathrow in the middle. So let's make a bit of a plan on what we want to do. As far as other planes, I've got them on AI at the moment, so we'll see the computer, well, the simulation will be giving us planes. In other series, what we might do is have live traffic as well, so we can actually see some of these planes in live traffic. Yeah, we've got everything up here, air traffic control. Okay, let's just see, that might give us a little bit of, give us a little bit of chatter from the air traffic control. And of course, if we just keep the let's keep this going. Okay, so we've got a runway just there, and we are running parallel. So I think what we'll do, we've got some time, we're going to take a nice wide swing around, and we're going to be coming around this way, do a nice swing around, get nice and low, and then come in that way, facing towards London, I guess, or towards central London. So there's the Thames in the background. You can see back there. I think the Shard is slightly visible just here. But yeah, this is the west, the very west of London. So you've got Wembley out here, Wembley Arena. I live in the west of London as well. Okay, let's jump back into the cockpits and see how we go. I wonder if we need to put the sunnies on for landing, just for a bit of coolness. Yeah. No such thing as autopilot. We've just literally what are we doing? We're sort of, well, I guess got the horizon just above the dashboard there, so we're pretty good. Okay, let's see about this. So the very first thing we're going to try and do here is just jump back into the drone. Yeah, and we'll certainly, now we don't want to be doing this turn too early, because we'll end up in the middle of the airport. And we don't want that. We want to make sure we're well past Heathrow Airport. It's a nice little flight, actually, Heathrow Airport. I must remember for next time that we've got a bit of time there. 18 minutes. It'll be about five more minutes before we've landed. So that's just a nice, I guess, a nice kind of time for an episode. But I guess what we could do is just see a few more sites. If there are sites that you want me to visit that are not close to oh, look at that, that looks lovely, that are not close to your airports, what we'll do is we'll do the takeoff sequence. I'll put a cut in, we'll go to the sites, and we'll bring it back there. So feel free to just suggest anywhere that you'd like me to visit. In addition to that, I'd like to give you a shout out as well. So we'll be actually mentioning whose flight this one will be dedicated to. So please leave all those comments down below, and I guess, you know what, we'll get to as many as we can. So depending on how many come in, and how it all goes, and also how the take up, and I guess how people are liking the Microsoft Flight Simulator series. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce off the throttle there. We'll throttle down a tiny bit. We're still in the green there. Yeah, you can see over here as well. There's Heathrow. We're going to come in at the runway closest to us, yeah, the objectives at the moment are telling us to climb. I'm still not too familiar with some of how to work on the objectives and things, but yeah, this drone camera really freaks me out. It's kind of the opposite of what I want, although I've changed the settings and it's still the opposite. Okay, well, let's do this. Okay, let me see where we are here. Yeah, okay. So we could just do a bit of a sneaky type of landing in. I'm wondering if maybe we should start to bank. That's going to be speeding us up. Let me just back right off there. As we speed up. Dip down. Okay. Rightio, I think we'll do our thing now. So let's. So we're going to a nice roll. Just watching that. I'm not adjusting the camera here, so you can see the roll is getting a bit more, I guess, a little bit more severe. And let's just have a quick look out the window there. It's Heathrow. Rightio, so let's start to get ourselves, and of course I've got my there's 3.49 nautical miles there, so it tells me you know where I need to be. And look at the sun come across the dashboard of the Cessna 152. How lovely! This is a beautiful game. I think the way the maps are generated is interesting. I think some of the landmarks need a bit of work, but I tell you what, it is good. I have been just wondering how the computer's going to go as well with the graphics card. So I had been a little bit sort of, I guess, a little bit worried about that. Let's jump back outside and let's drop those flaps now down to landing flaps, please. Okay, we're now parallel with that. We're on the landing flap, so we should be dropping quite a bit. I'm throttling down to 1500 RPMs, and I can see one of the runways just there. So we are going to go with that. Let's just decrease this speed a bit. We must remember when we're on the runway, we want to keep moving. Heathrow has very large runways. We definitely want to keep moving. Oh, that was a bit too much of a throttle down just there. But yeah, Heathrow certainly has some very large runways, and we want to keep moving because eventually there'll be planes behind us. I know at the moment we don't have any planes behind us. In fact, we don't have any traffic at the moment. Prepare to land. Reduce airspeed during final approach. Well, yes, but I have reduced quite a bit, and I think it's just telling me to do that. Okay, we're going to have to look at the ruddering situation too. I'm just trying to line it up a little bit here. I guess let's go into here, and I should just try and line up. This is the runway at the moment. I don't know which runway this is. This is just Heathrow Airport. We've made the right airport. We're not quite down yet, so let's see how it goes. I'm going to be landing us, or trying to land us like this in drone mode, with the chase drone. I realise I'm a little bit off. Have I got myself a crash? Okay, and I'm going to put a little cut back in there. We've actually just got ourselves a bit of trouble. The game just completely froze on me on my final approach. Okay, I realise I'm well off. I'm going to try and correct that at the moment. Let me just get a little bit up here. Taxiing speed is between 5 and 10, I believe. Keep the nose up. Look at the size of the runway compared with our Cessna. We are down on the ground. I'm going to try now to keep us relatively good here. I want to just check where we need to taxi in. I want to try and slow down a tiny bit and just see whether or not we need to taxi in this way. Please. Yes, I want to try and taxi this way. Okay, I've skidded off the taxiway. Oh, rightio. Let's just do this. Oh, there we go. That's not what you want. You want to stay on the taxiway, please. And we're just going to try and spin around here. This is the central taxiway at Heathrow. We want to go this way. Oh, I think the problem is I've just got my cabling here. Okay, let me just throttle up a tiny bit. Why are we on the left there? I've got a real problem here. Yeah, I've got a cable that's in the way. It's automatically pushing me off to that side. That is weird. So I've got a bit of a problem with the controller. Okay, but we've definitely made it. Now I see that we are heading at the moment. Sorry about this. Why is it doing that? If I just do this. Oh, yep. Right, even with all the troubles, I'm going to bring us in a little closer to the airport. Even with the trouble with my rudder, I've got a real problem at the moment with the rudder. I don't know what it is, but when I take the rudders off, I just go to the right completely. So I'm overcorrecting all the time. This is weird. Okay, we're going to try and come in at one of these gates here. So I want to I've now just completely, let's just go in at this gate here. So this is not going to be fancy. I think I need to put the brake on, and if I just do the ruddering situation and I do the brake, this is Heathrow Airport, and I go rudder, 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 and I stop there. And then I'm fully throttled down, and I put the parking brake on as well. So that is it. We are at Heathrow Airport. I'm going to put the glasses on here. This has been our very first flight. We took off from London City Airport, went around Canary Wharf. We saw the Isle of Dogs and the O2 Arena. Over the city of London, past the poor rendering of St Paul's Cathedral, and then we went and saw, I believe, the Houses of Parliament. We definitely had a look at, what else did we see? We saw Houses of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, Green Park, Hyde Park, Richmond Park, and then we proceeded, because Richmond Park's nice and close to this home airport, we came in at Heathrow. So I think that's been pretty good. This has been pretty good. I'm going to have to go and edit out as we approached. There was a whole thing where it froze there, so you'll see a small cut in there, but I hope you've enjoyed that. That has been the very first flight for us. Please leave your comments down below, and if you have anything you want me to work on improving as far as flight goes, please let me know, and I would love to do that. But don't forget, this is all about seeing your sites. Please tell us where you'd like us to go visit, and that will be absolutely spectacular. Sounds like there's some big planes around us as well. I'm going to leave us with this lovely shot here with the sun shining on the Cessna 152. I've been Stitch Up, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.